there is only presence. There is nothing that was ever asleep, and there's nothing that wakes up. There's only presence everywhere experiencing itself. But in time, it seems to be like a gradual thing. It seems to be like a gradual thing where there's different types of awakenings that happen.
Right.
And that can seem to be in stages, so it might appear to be a level, but really there's never been anyone there that's waking up. It just seems like there's somebody that's waking up, and there's only ever this instant, so your memory of the last moment doesn't really exist. It's just a memory that's appearing now. You only have the ever-present now. We just seem to have levels, we seem to have steps, but really what the reality is now, this moment, that's it. And a memory of something else, a memory of a different state. When we're separate, we're always comparing ourselves and living in that timeline and believing that we're something now compared to something that we were. And that's what all begins to dissolve. There is only what's happening. That just becomes a functioning, a practicality to be able to discuss something. But it doesn't actually become an experiencer. It is something that's experienced. The experiencer is this silent presence that never leaves, that's always here. That never moves in time. Time appears and comes and goes in it. And this is the reality. The reality is the stillness. The reality is presence. This is right now presence speaking. It's not something in time speaking. Presence speaking and presence looking. Presence hearing, presence speaking. Presence creating everything. It's all divine. It's all coming from the divine.
Yes.
There appears to be levels in the human world, because we can speak about time. So there appears to be stages in awakening, but ultimately they're not a reality. But there appears to be, so people can have the nothing awakening, the everything awakening. They can have pulsating in and out, where there's big expansions and then forgetting, and expansions and forgetting. And then really at the end of the day, you realize that you never went through all of that. There was never anyone going through all of that. There was a play of light and color and sound and energies happening that belonged to no one. That's all an expression of this, of life.
Well, there is a God. There is a creator God.
There is a God, but God isn't separate from everything. God is everything.
That's true. That's true.
And we can never look at God, but yet God is everywhere. God is the looking and the looked at, so therefore God is invisible. God is not found in this world, yet makes the whole of this world.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. How it works. We would be maybe not ever can. Wow. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you'll never get there to working it out. Never. You'll try and then you'll come to, I don't know. I can never know. And then you'll try and then I don't know. What does happen is the energy moves back to the stillness, which is emptiness experiencing itself as fullness, which is home. But that's not an intellectual thing. Often the intellect needs to...
What is home?
The stillness. That which looks out the eyes now. That's which hears. That which is everything. That's which feels the taste in the mouth, the smell in the nose. We think it's us, this operating machine that's experiencing it, but the operating machine, the human, the person that could think and understand, that goes through the process of awakening, is being experienced by that freedom. It's never an experiencer. Everything you think or feel will never touch the experiencer. So you can think as much as you like about non-duality and try and work it out. And the whole time, that non-duality will be looking at the thinker, will be experiencing the thinker. The freedom will be in experiencing the thinker, not in getting to a conclusion in thinking. There's a point to the concepts, but they're not meant to lead you anywhere.
But our creator God, he has the personality.
He doesn't have anything in this world, but yet he is the whole entire world. What personality would he be?
He's a loving God.
Well, he is love, but he's not a loving God. That's you personifying it through the human world. It is love, but it's way more complicated than that, or way more simple, whichever way you look at it. But yeah, it is loving. Total love in everything it does. The pain, the beauty, the ugliness, the destruction, the growth. It really is coming to peace in the polarities, finding the peace in the polarities. We as separate people believe it's in the polarities, as in getting peace, getting happiness, getting pleasure, getting niceness. But it's actually finding it in both. The holding of the dark and the light, the good and the bad. This is where true peace is. This is where God is really found, in the most obvious place, but in the crap and the beauty. It's where the lotus flower, which is one of the main symbols in Buddhism, is there because it grows out of the shit at the bottom of the lake. The crap. It grows from the darkness and the muck through the water and blooms into a beautiful flower. It's in the middle of both. Mine is like just light, just niceness, just happiness, just awakenings. But it's finding God in everything. This is where God is hiding. The reason the person suffers is because it tries to find it in one thing. Happiness, peace, love. It's in all things. This is true compassion. This is the game of this world.